Greetings, family. My name is Vicki Dillard for African Diaspora News Channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Family, as you come in, be sure to give us a big thumbs up, and share the broadcast. That way other folks will know that we're here. And for that, we say thank you so very much. Yes, family. Now, I have discussed certain specific sports, persons, athletes, even though, sports is not my top thing. But how many of you all know that as it relates to Black culture, as it relates to politics, as it relates to a pro-Black agenda, as it relates to even the war on us and our people here in the United States and around the world, how many of you all know that those different spheres of influence often cross? So that means that I have to get involved in topics sometimes that I'm not necessarily naturally interested in. Even though, to be honest, years and years ago when I was a little girl, I was pretty good at long distance running, even though I didn't do much competitive stuff. I did for couple minutes when I was way young. But speed and all that was never my thing. And of course, I've had some health challenges over the years, so I have not been able to do my running, which used to be my passion for so many years. But you best believe I might be out there one day soon. I may surprise some of you all doing a little short race, run, walk. With that being said, I was quite interested in the goings on of our dear sister, Sha'Carri Richardson. Of course, I was upset some years ago when I saw the response of our own people, some that are even in some of these similar spaces here, that claim to be pro-Black, people out there that talking about they're intelligent Black people, people that claiming out there that they're alternative Black media. They were one of the ones that were leading the way and dogging our sister when she unfortunately she ended up smoking some of that stuff. And but it was time for her to prepare for one of her races. This was some years ago. I believe that came up in her testing and it became an issue some kind of way. She certainly did not run from it. She took full responsibility, and so many of our own people were dogging her. Well, at near the same time she did that, she said that, of course, she had just lost her, I think a close family member. I don't want to say exactly who I believe it is, but just someone very close to her. I believe the lady that raised her, her grandmother or somebody like that, I believe, but don't quote me on that exactly, but it was a close family member. And so I'm just trying to see, even though that was never something I ever did in my life, I'm just saying, the lady said she had a death in the family. Can y'all please sit down and just shut your mouth? Anyway, after she did that, she came back, baby, and she beat the brakes. After, there was a series of losses that she experienced. She went and shut that down, and all the haters was quiet, including the Black ones. Well, she had a recent incident, apparently, related to her boyfriend. And I'm reading right now from an ESPN article. The headline says Sha'Carri Richardson addresses arrest, apologizes to boyfriend. This was just literally from a few weeks ago. It was recently updated from the Associated Press, even on August 12th. It talks about how sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson addressed her recent domestic violence arrest in a video on social media and issued an apology to her boyfriend, Christian Coleman. Richardson posted a video on her Instagram account Monday night in which she said she put herself in, quote, a compromised situation. She issued a written apology to Coleman on Tuesday morning. Quote, I love him, and to him I can't apologize enough. It goes on to say that the reigning 100-meter world champion wrote in all capital letters on Instagram, adding that her apology, quote, should be just as loud as her actions. I love that about her. I love the fact that she takes full responsibility for that, even though some of this stuff some of the stuff ain't our business, y'all. Some of the stuff, it really is not our business. But okay, she said that she wanted it to be that. They made a big deal about it. She did not run from it. She apologized. And when I was reading further down and looking into the situation further, scrutinizing the situation further, when they were doing the investigation, he stopped cooperating because he said he didn't want to be no victim. This is the people around him trying to make this a thing. The man was not seriously injured at all. She jerked his book bag, tried to stop his way. I mean, I'm not saying none of that's okay, family, but I'm just saying y'all know when y'all doing too much and stuff ain't y'all's business. And sometimes I think that the mere mortals do that because y'all know y'all households is just a hot mess. Now, when we're dealing with our open enemy, we're dealing with the powers that be. And when it's relevant and it's important to the story, talk back to me, especially when we're dealing with our open enemy. Yeah, I'll put out everything. But when it's one of us and y'all know that we're just trying to get through the doggone day, sit down, please. But I digress. I appreciated how she moved to that. So that was not too long ago. But guess what just happened? I said, guess what just happened? Well, literally within the day or so of this, the time that I'm recording, Sha'Carri anchors and holds off Jamaica for U.S. 100-meter gold win. Now, notice what the sports announcer says in the beginning. Keep in mind her haters that she has out in the public and other sports persons. Now watch this.
I think Jamaica has a good shot, but we know what it always comes down to. Who can pass the baton better? Speed is one thing, but that's the equalizer.
And as you see out in the outside lanes, a little bit closer to where the stands are, a little bit drier out there as the rain continues to pour down on National Stadium. Women's 4x100 meter relay final. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden tries to chase down the 10-time world champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Pretty even to the first exchange, and they both get the baton safely.
Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price held her own against the world champion, and now Jamaica is actually in the lead.
So Kayla White has to try to get the U.S. back in it with Tina Clayton on the third leg for Jamaica, setting the stage for the anchor leg as Sha'Carri Richardson gets the baton for the U.S. and she moves into the lead. Sha'Carri Richardson holds off Jamaica for the win.
So the United States turned back all challengers, including Jamaica and Germany. Germany are ecstatic. That's their second time being on the podium in the last two global championships.
Great. Shout out to my Jamaican sisters. Y'all know I do national and international commentary. Y'all know I love the black diaspora all over the world. But shout out to my sister from the United States. Shout out to Sha'Carri. Shout out to Sha'Carri because she has to hold off the haters and the sports announcers. She has to hold off the public sometimes. She has to sometimes be out there when she makes mistakes and everybody gets to judge her, and she still recovers. She's still a human being, and I stand with my sisters. Congratulations to her, and congratulations to our people. And you know what? Congratulations to our Black family, Jamaica, and others around the world. That's what this is about. It's good, wholesome competition. There was no hate. She's always so graceful. She's often in times past talks about how some of the her previous competitors that were from the Caribbean were actually some that she looked up to over the years. But I love the fact that our sister made this wonderful comeback, and I'm so proud of our sisters here in the United States, and by extension, those of our sisters that competed around the world. Yes, y'all be sure to give us a wonderful comment below. Beloved, my name is Vicki Dillard. Be sure to check out my website. People often ask me, Vicki, I love your gavels. This is a full gavel, but I sell mini gavels on my website at VickiPlanet.com. I have other yummy products and services there at Vicki Planet. Check it out. Be sure to share this broadcast. I can't wait to see you again.